What many people fail to realize is that a desert does not necessarily have to be a hot place. You know, the largest desert in the world is in Antarctica, and Antarctica is known for being very cold, while the largest hot desert, emphasis on the word hot, is in Sahara or is the Sahara Desert in Africa. So anywhere nothing grows is classified or considered as a desert. So a desert doesn't necessarily have to be a place that is hot and dry. A desert could be very cold, very frigid. Now that we have that out of the way, the deserts of Africa are unique. Unique in the sense that we have about 8 or 9 deserts in Africa, and all these deserts um, constitute about 1/3 of the entire African continent. And the Sahara Desert, one of the most famous deserts in the world, apart from it being the biggest or the largest hot desert, is 9.4 million square kilometers. And that desert is so huge that it pretty much separates northern Africa with the rest of Africa. And that's why you hear people say, oh, in sub-Saharan Africa, because most of the people or Africans who live on the continent of Africa, or most of the black Africans who live on the continent, live the southern part of the Sahara Desert. And the Sahara Desert, the unique thing about the Sahara Desert is that it's so large that it can is almost the same size as the entire Europe. Europe is about 10 million square kilometers. The Sahara Desert is 9.4, 9.3 million square kilometers. So almost all the European countries will fit into the Sahara Desert. And some of the things that come to my mind is, with this huge heat or this huge dryness that we get from the Sahara Desert, why can't we find a way to power that desert for renewable energy? You know, there are many African countries that have issues with electricity, not having enough power, and the like. So if we're able to have solar panels installed in the Sahara Desert, maybe that could really help Africa, especially in regions or countries that don't have electricity or struggle with having constant power supply. But after carrying out my research, I discovered that there were scientists, or the research I got showed that there were more disadvantages than advantages. There were issues of how many solar panels could affect the climate, contribute to climate change, and all the adverse effects of climate change as well. One of the things I read was the black solar panels only use 15% or only convert 15% of the heat from the sun into electricity. The remaining 85% is transmitted back into the environment as heat. And so you would have a situation whereby these huge solar panels across the entire Sahara Desert are sent back into the atmosphere and causing lots of adverse effects. But we should just think of renewable energy in Africa. Think of harnessing it. We should find other ways around it, and not just waste this particular this precious natural energy from the Almighty. And if we do that, maybe we will find solutions to many of the power problems that we have in Africa. So the Sahara Desert is unique. I can imagine if the Sahara Desert was not a if the Sahara Desert was not a desert and it was fertile land, it could have been used for agriculture. I doubt, because many countries would have probably converted them into part of their living spaces or part of development. So it would be buildings and houses and all the like. So The Sahara Desert is unique. It's a unique place and divides the entire Africa.